Hey everyone, this is Josh Smith here with GottaBeMobile.com. Today we're taking a look at the Droid 3. It's the third generation Droid on Verizon, and the hallmark of the Droid line is the keyboard. Just like the previous two Droids, we have a nice keyboard. As an original Droid owner, this is way better keyboard than you'll find on the original Droid, and also I believe a step up from the Droid 2. So let's take a closer look at the device. So we have a nice 4-inch screen. The display looks pretty good. It's very responsive to touch. Works out very well. There's a Moto Blur layer on the user interface here, and it actually works out pretty well. I'm not such a huge fan of the side-scrolling app drawer, but it's snappy enough, and it's more just a personal preference. We do have a collection of different apps and things that come with it, as well as kind of your favorites across the top. When you pull down, you can dismiss single notifications with the tap of the minus button, which works out pretty nice as well. Across the bottom, we have our standard Android buttons, a lip, which was kind of reminiscent of the original Droid. We do have a front-facing camera, as well as our speaker up here. As we look at the top of the device, we have, we have our power button, and then we also have our headphone jack. Pop our battery cover off if we want to. Along the right side of the device, you'll see we have our volume rockers. Nothing on the bottom. And along the left-hand side, you'll see we have a HDMI and micro USB connection. So as I mentioned, one of the hallmarks is the hard keyboard. Now, we've had a couple of these in our hands here at GottaBeMobile. Personally, I really like the feel of the keyboard. After you use it a few times, there's no spring loading, so you do have to push it the full way, which a lot of users don't like. Adam, who's writing the full review, wasn't such a big fan of it because it's kind of stiff. Personally, it feels really solid to me. I really like the motion, and it makes it so that it's not too easy to open it in your pocket and turn the display on. Although it happened to me once or twice during use, for the most part, it's very sturdy and feels really good. You'll want to head into your local store and check that out, since that's obviously a matter of personal preference. Let's take a closer look at the keyboard. So as you'll see, we do have 4 rows and then a number row. So this is really nice if you need to enter numbers as part of your password or just in any type of web form. They're right there. There's no second key you have to push to get there. We have pretty good access to the buttons you would normally want. We have arrow keys, which are handy, decent sized space bar, and then we also have a good size enter key. As you'll see, I've been searching for some office equipment. One of the great things about the keyboard is you do have some shortcuts built into it. You have easy access to search, you have your @ symbol, easy to reach, and also voice, if you want to do a voice search, is right there. In my typing tests, which are pretty anecdotal, I found that I'm still faster on a soft keyboard with Swift key, but it is nice to have this. If I was typing out maybe a long news article or something, this is something I would flip out and use if I had this phone. The Droid 3 runs Android 2.3 Gingerbread. It's also a world phone, which is nice. But as we keep coming back to, the big sell here is the hard keyboard. The phone is a little bulkier. If we were to put it next to a Thunderbolt, you're going to see it's about the same thickness as a 4G phone, which 4G phones are typically thicker. And as far as the heft, it's about the same weight as the Thunderbolt. So the question you need to ask yourself is the keyboard worth the trade-off? If you really like a hard keyboard, then you should really head into the store and test it out. Hard keyboards are losing a little bit of their appeal just because of the improvements in the software keyboard, but there's still a market out there for them. One other nice feature is we do have a good video camera on the back. We can record in 1080p. It's an 8 megapixel sensor, and we get pretty decent video and sound quality. There's also a flash to help you take pictures in low light settings. Over here you'll see a small area that is the opening for the speaker. So We were doing some painting this last weekend and used this as our source for Pandora, and it was able to fill up a small 10 by 10 room without any trouble. Although anything bigger than that and you're going to start to lose your ability to hear, especially if there's other noise in the area. Head on over to GottaBeMobile.com for a full review of the Droid 3 from Verizon Wireless.